Hey everyone, thanks for joining us again today. As the 2024 calendar season is starting to near an end, it is the perfect time to do a quick wrap-up of all of our top 10 favorite and best-selling knives of 2024. I tried to stick to knives that came out in 2024, and while these are going to be in really no particular order, I'm going to try and do them in batches of manuals, then automatics, and then fixed blades. So without any further ado, let's get started, because this could easily be a 45-minute video, so I'm just going to kind of speed through. Just to preface, pretty much all of the knives in this video will have deeper in-depth overviews, and if you want to see even more info on any of them in particular, links to those are going to be down in the description box, so feel free to check out those. But let's start off with the Civivi Button Lock Elementum Utility Blade. Now, this one's really cool. While there is a ton of different utility EDCs out there, I went with the Elementum because this is just such an iconic design. The ergonomics have made it a bestseller, and just utility blades in general, I'm kind of putting up here at the front just because of how much I've personally loved carrying them. I'm somebody who really likes to take care of my knives. So whenever I'm tearing through tons, like hundreds of boxes here at work, I love being able to quickly swap out just a new utility blade. I'm not afraid to beat it up because you can buy packs of 100 without breaking the bank. So that being said, I love pretty much everything about this. It's dual thumb studs, button lock, flipper, super fidgety, great for EDC. What else can you ask for? Then next up, I'm going to go ahead and bring in here, this is the Reate PLXT Pivot Lock. While it may be a little bit of a weird name, I adore this knife. It sold incredibly well as it dropped. There are so many different variants, color combos, and there are even different blade finishes. But the thing that really makes this stand out is while it is mostly an ambidextrous knife, it does kind of act like a button lock, except for it is actually up here at the pivot itself. So you push that in and you can see it recesses in. It doesn't actually pop out until the blade is deployed, but you can still push it in to fidget open close that way. And then of course the dual thumb studs for multiple methods of deployment. I think this is an incredible design, and I would love to see even more models using this opening mechanism. So if you haven't given this one a shot, I think it's definitely worth taking a look at. And next up, this is a brand new one, but I think it would be a crime to not include it in this video. So while it hasn't had months to sell like some of these other models, this is the Banter 2, and already it is making great waves. The Banters come in quite a few different versions. Every single one of them has been an incredible seller, and this model just lends itself so well to using the crossbar lock if you're familiar with those. So this model is now fully ambidextrous with reversible pocket clip and dual thumb studs. There's absolutely nothing to not love about it. I think it feels incredible. And normally I avoid mentioning price whenever it comes to our videos, because a lot of times that's not really up to us and prices are subject to change at any time. But as of recording, both this aluminum variant as well as their micarta version come in under $120. And I just cannot stress how much of a bang for the buck this is. WE has always been known for their incredible fit and finish, and to be able to get a WE knife at under $120, I think that's absolutely insane. So highly recommend adding this to your list. Next up, we're going to be taking a look at the LionSteel Skinny, and you can see it is very deserving of that name. It is a very nice, long, slender knife, available in both titanium and aluminum variants with different inlays. This one has been an incredible seller. People have been eating up all the different versions. It's an incredible flipper, frame lock. There is nothing that I do not like about this knife. So if you're looking for something a little bit more classy, either as a gift for yourself or a loved one, highly recommend taking a look at this one. And then next, one of the absolute best sellers that I've just seen ever has been the Benchmade Adira. This is the mini Adira. Both the full size and the mini have sold incredibly well. I believe the mini has just slightly beat out the full size in sales, but that could also just be due to availability. So while this was designed to be a part of their water line, so mostly focusing on corrosion resistance and being a knife that's really great in aquatic conditions, I know so many people who just love to EDC this. While the colorway is definitely designed for those aquatic situations, I think it's a great looking blue, and I know quite a few people who come into the shop and this has not left their pocket. And getting Magna Cut, again, it's been in a lot of these knives today, but it's always a great addition. And then rounding out our manuals, we have another crossbar lock, and this one is from Kershaw Knives. This is the mini Iridium. The full-size Iridium, as well as their Bel Air, have sold incredibly well, but those were last year. The mini is this year, so that's what we're going to focus on. It has sold very well. I love this really, really cool blue. It mostly looks like a light gray, but in the right light, you can see it. It's like this icy blue. Kershaw always nails those price points and just delivers an incredible bang for the buck. So this one will make a great gift as well as a budget-friendly EDC option. So that rounds out the manuals. Next, we're going to move on to our automatics. And I have to start with just one of my favorite knives of the year and just of all time, honestly. And this is the Gen 3 Combat Troodon. So I've gushed about this in quite a few videos, so I'm sorry if you're tired of hearing me talk about it, but I'm going to do it again. The Gen 3 takes absolutely everything I loved about the previous Combat Troodons and delivers some incredible updates. So starting, I love the updated pocket clip and handle ergonomics. We get their new dual fuel drivetrain, which means it is so much smoother. I've seen so many people come into the shop and want to pick up a Combat Troodon, but were pretty put off by how difficult they were to deploy. That's not an issue anymore. There's so many people with arthritis and just who have trouble opening and closing those stiffer OTFs. But with the new dual fuel drivetrain, those are issues of the past. The Gen 3 also comes now available in these cool new blade shapes, and Microtech always just kills it with their different colors. So if you've been looking for a big, badass OTF, I think you don't need to look any further than the Gen 3 Combat Troodon. All right, and our last OTF for this video is going to be the brand new Gen 2 version of the Guardian Tactical Recon 035. So keeping pretty similar aesthetics in the handle, we've got some new handle contours as well as an all-new blade shape. They come in different color options, blade coatings, serrations, and one of the smoothest slide switches you'll find out there. And now the Gen 2 is also fully ambidextrous with a reversible pocket clip. So there's really not much more for me to say. So if you want an awesome EDC USA-made Magna Cut OTF, I highly recommend giving the Recon 035 G2 a shot. Now we are quickly arriving at the end here, so let's go ahead and spice things up with the Handy 2 from Viper Knives. The Handy fixed blade came out first last year and was just one of our best-selling fixed blades ever. It sold incredibly well, and this year they came out with the Handy 2 in this new sheep's foot style blade. So if you've been looking for an awesome EDC fixed blade, it comes in at a great size. You can see here, it's just at about 7 inches long overall with about a 3.5 inch blade. That makes for excellent EDC use, and it also comes available in both leather and Kydex sheaths. So whichever is your preference, tons of different handle materials, and again, blade coatings. Can't go wrong with the Handy 2. And then last, but certainly not least, is the new Benchmade Dacian. So just like the Handy 2, this has been an absolutely incredible seller. So if you want a fixed blade and Magna Cut with really great micarta handles that are super slim, hollowed out, Benchmade has one of the best warranties out there, and this comes with a pretty cool molded sheath that you can actually put the Dacian in either side, so it doesn't matter which direction or how you want to carry it. I think that's a really neat design. So I think Benchmade absolutely killed it, and the Dacian makes for a great EDC outdoor fixed blade. Now I'm going to go ahead and really quickly clear this off so I can use some movie magic and show you the whole spread for one last time. So here you can see them all next to each other for some size comparisons between them, with the largest one, of course, being that combat Troodon at about 9.5 inches, and that utility Elementum being right at about 6 inches overall. But if you want to see even more in-depth, detailed specs, be sure to follow the links in the description box below. They'll take you on over to GPKNIVES.com. There you can find all the information you could need, as well as all the different variants and colorways that these come in. Be sure to let me know what your favorite from this list is today, or if you think there's anything I missed from 2024. Of course, this list is going to be a little biased. These are my favorite knives after all. So be sure to let me know your list in the comments section below. Thanks so much for watching, and as always, stay sharp.